Manage table is a table, default table in Hive. Default table in Hive. When you create a table by specifying managed, you can specify here managed. You can specify like this. So when you specify the table name as managed, the table is managed table. Or if you didn't specify anything, by default it is a managed table. So the table will be created in HDFS, on top of HDFS, right? So when you create a managed table, uh, with location or without location, the table will be located in warehouse. If you specify the location, the table will be created on top of this. If you didn't specify the location, the table will be created in a default location. The default location is /user/hive warehouse. Okay, once the table is created, once you loaded the data into Hive by using load command into the manage table, the data you can fetch using using Hive query language. Hive query language. So the the limitation of the manage table is, if you drop the manage table, it will delete your table, it will delete your data, it will delete your metadata information. So what is the disadvantage? So let's say if I'm having some data in HDFS. I'm having some data in HDFS. Let me start my notepad. Oh, it's asking to update. If I say cancel, what will happen? Yep. Okay. So if I have a data in, let's take this is my HDFS location. This is my HDFS location. In this HDFS location, I have data under slash training slash category slash CTX file, your category file. Now, if you create a table on top of it, or if you loaded the data into your Hive table, if you either create on top of it by specifying the location, create with location. The created with specifying the location, what will happen? This data will be pointing out to your Hive table. So as soon as you, so this data, so let me tell you, so this data will be using by your Hive. This data will be using pick. It can be using by MapReduce. It can be using by your HBase. It can be using by some other tool, right? It can be using by other tool, right? So when these are the same data which is there in HDFS are referring by multiple people or multiple tools, when when you drop a data by using Hive, if you drop a data by using Hive, what will happen? This data will be deleted. This data will be deleted, and if you delete the data, this data will be deleted from this location. So your MapReduce, your pig, your HBase or some other tool will get impacted, right? So what is happening here, when you load the data into Hive, or when you are referring the data which is there in HDFS through managed tables, guys, there are two ways to create a table. Either create a table and load the data. One there are multiple ways. Let's say case one. Create table, empty table, creating empty table and inserting the data using insert command. Inserting the data using insert command. Two, loading the data. Either it can be from local or HDFS. The three, referring the existing data. Referring existing data. Existing data. Like using location. Right, whatever the way you do the complete either case one, you are inserting the data using insert commands, or you're loading the data using load command, or you are referring the data using location. The data will be there in HDFS. If the data is there in HDFS, there are chances that multiple tools can refer the same data, like your MapReduce, like a pig, like a HBase, like some other application, or anyone can refer the same data. Anyone can access the data. So when you create a managed table on top of this data, what will happen? Your Hive will take the control of the data. Your Hive will have a more control on this data. Your Hive will acquire all the control on that data. When you drop the data from the Hive table by using drop table name, so the data will be deleted. The data will be deleted. The not only data, the metadata information also will be deleted. So where is my metadata information? So the metadata information, if you remember, in your hivesite.xml file, vi/user local hive conf hivesite.xml. If you look at this, what you are creating here, connection URL. Look at this connection URL. What is the connection URL creating? This is your metadata. This is your metadata, my metastore is nothing but a database name in your MySQL. My metastore is nothing but a database name in your MySQL. Which MySQL, sir? Which MySQL? The MySQL which you have referred, which you have installed, and you are giving the look when which what are the MySQL you are installed, and you are giving the path here, right? JDBC equal to MySQL and a local host, because it's running on the same machine. You have given local host. If it is real time, you'll give the IP address and port number, right? And in this MySQL, so can I see this metastore? Yes, you can go ahead and see that metastore. Log into your MySQL by specifying this username password. So in my case, my username and passwords are my username password are Hadoop1 and Hadoop. In my case, my username and passwords are Hadoop1 and Hadoop. Okay, so let me see that. MySQL -u Hadoop -p, what is that? Hadoop1 and Hadoop, right? Hadoop1 -p Hadoop. So show databases. Show databases. So when I say show databases, what is my metastore? This is my database name. Use show tables. These are the tables are available. These many tables are there because these are the system tables which you are not created. These are existing tables in your metastore. Not to worry about it. Your Saturday parameters, now all the partition key. So to maintain those information, it is by default to get created. So when you look at your table information will be there in the TBLS. Look at guys here, your metastore. This is your metastore. Hadoop and Hadoop 1 is our metastore. Look at here, whatever the table you have created, all the table information is there here. Whatever the table you have created, all the table information is there here. Whatever the table you created, all the table information is there here. Clear? Clear guys? So let's say I'm going to create a new database. Yesterday we have created categories underscore location. If you remember, we have created categories underscore location. Let's look at whether we have the table is created or not. The table is created or not, you can look at here, right? So you should use your database name. What was our database name?
Retail DB.
Ours is retail underscore DB.
DB.
Now show tables. Show tables. Whatever is there in the retail underscore DB, categories, customers, departments, order items, items, all these tables will be available here. If you look at here, customer, departments, order item, productions, categories, all the table information, whatever the table you created. So in this database, it is not only specific to retail underscore DB, whatever the databases you create, whatever the table information you created under that metastore, all the information will go to the same metastore only, right? Because only one metastore is there and you have a different databases. You have a different databases. Clear? Clear? So let's see, I'm going to create a table. I'm going to create a table with an existing data. An existing data. It means what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a table, a managed table on existing data. So yesterday we have seen, I mean yesterday in the sense last class we have seen creating a table, inserting the data or loading the data. We have seen that. Now we need to let's already there is some data is exists. I want to look at that data. Let me exit from
Okay.
here. Yep,
Uh, we configure that metastore to be used as the for the to storing all this meta information, right?
correct,
The Hive site.xml.
correct.
But we did not mention anywhere for the Hive to use retail underscore DB. I mean, so how does that know like to use the retail underscore database?
Very good question. Here, what you have done when you go and look at your hivesite.xml, when you look at the hivesite.xml, you have specified which database you have to use. Correct? This is the database, you know it now. This is your metadata, metastore. Correct? Yes or no? This is your metastore location. Metastore is your MySQL. Correct? With this username password. With this is your name. Hadoop is your username and Hadoop one is a password. In my setup, in your case, it may be different. Correct?
Okay.
Now, this is my metastore information. Now, when you get into the Hive, when you're getting into the Hive,
Mhm.
when you're getting into the Hive, you are created multiple databases. You are created multiple databases. Correct? Using Hive,
Yeah.
you created multiple databases. You are not created multiple databases in a MySQL. You are creating a databases using. You are created databases using Hive. It means the database is the folder is created in the Hive. So your Hive knows it, right? What are the databases are there in your Hive? Because you are creating your databases in your Hive only.
Yeah.
So if you remember, last class we have created databases here by using create database name. So our
Yeah.
database was
Correct. Retail.
test 530 if you remember.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Test 530 was our database. So if you see show tables, these are the tables are there. Only one table. I mean, so only one table we created. I think. Uh, I dropped the remaining things while explaining you something while you were doing a.
I
Understand?
understand that. So whenever we create a database here, a similar database will be created in the MySQL as well, you mentioned, the schema.
No, MySQL, the schema will be created, but the database will not be created. No. So where it is created here? One second, guys. Oh, sorry guys, I just got a call. See, these databases are I have created for my MySQL. I mean, here I created database like for when I was playing with MySQL. When I was playing MySQL here, I created these tables. These databases are different. These databases
Okay,
are
got it.
different,
I understand.
right?
Okay.
So your databases, whatever there in Hive is different. So your MySQL will have the information about only schema. That is, this is the database, this is the table like that. So it will not be created databases under your MySQL. Got it?
Everything under the metastore, the TBLS, it will be maintaining all those table
Exactly.
information.
Exactly. Clear? So
Yes, we got
now,
it.
so now I'm going to create a table on existing data. I'm going to create a table on existing data. There is something called training and categories. If you see, this is my location. So we tried in the last class. If you guys remember, we tried in the last class. This one.
Metastore is in MySQL only, right? That is
Correct. The metastore is in MySQL only because you have specified your metastore as a MySQL.
okay.
Clear? So now I'm going to create a table on existing data. This we have seen already yesterday, but I'm going to show you one more time. So an existing data, let's say first the data has to exist in the training and categories directory. If you guys remember, when you are specifying the location has to be a table directory. It should not be a file. So yesterday, last class we have shown you by giving a file name and it is failed, then we have given the directory, right? Why it has to be a directory? Why can't it be a file? Because you are creating a table. If you are creating a table, what does it mean? It's ideally creating a directory in HDFS. If it is creating a directory by specifying the file, it cannot create a table with a file. So that's why your whatever the location you are specifying, that has to be a directory. That it has to be a directory. Here a small tricky thing is there, guys. Please little concentrate. Let's look at the detail. So I'm going to create this table. Before that I have to check whether this categories table is there or not. I mean the data is there or not in HDFS. I already executed some commands, so you can look at here. Hadoop fs minus ls command is nothing else. So I'm going to check whether this is there or not. Hadoop fs minus ls. I'm going to see, is there a category directory? Yes, I have a category directory. Is there a data in it? Let me check that. So data has to be there under category directory. Otherwise, no use of the having a category directory. It will be created empty file, empty data. No data is there. So if data is not there, what we need to do? We need to put some data into that categories. So I have already put command is executed sometime before. I'm just looking for that. Yep, but this will not work out. I need to say proper path here. Slash user local input path categories data slash categories. Under that I have something called categories. This data I'm going to put into training and category because I'm going to create a table on existing data. I'm going to create a table on existing data. If you look at that, the data is there available now. If you look at here, the data is available now. The data is there. Okay, now I'm going to create on this table on this data by referring the location. Guys, little concentrate here. I want you to concentrate a little much more. So I'll show you why this it is showing my database name here. I'll show you that there's two commands we need to execute. I'll show you those two commands. Now my table is created. So my table is created. If I go and do a select star from this table, if I do a select star from this table, select star from this table, the data is there because I created the table on existing data. So the data also should be in the same format. If you look at here, what is the format I'm telling? the row format delimited by comma only, so it has to store as a text. It means in this location the data has to be comma separated. So it has to be comma separated. In this location the data has to be comma separated. So that why it is properly divided the data and taken the data into this like this. Sir, when you're showing the data, it is showing a column names for you. It is showing the column names and it's called header and database name for you. What you have done. So for that, I have done something called setting the database and setting the header true. Setting the database and setting the header is true. So you guys also can try this. Set hive.cli.current.db equal to true. So let me show you that exact command. So if you want to try it. Yep. This one guys, set space hive dot cli dot print dot current dot db equal to true. It means it will show my current db. If anyone want to make a note, quickly make a note. Set space hive dot cli dot print dot current db. This is a configuration guys. If you guys remember how you will configure in hdfs, how you will configure in MapReduce while you are sending the while you are submitting the MapReduce job. I don't know whether you guys remember or not. While submitting the job itself, you can give a configuration parameter using hyphen D option. The same way, suppose while submitting a job, you want to set some parameters, uh, some configurations. So we can set that hyphen D, the configuration name, and the value of it. Okay, everyone is took the note, and there is one more thing called print header. CLI dot print header. It's nothing guys. In the Hive CLI you print the header of the table. That's it. In the Hive CLI you print the current database. That's the one we are trying to show here. So if anyone is making note, set space Hive space CLI space header equal to true. It's okay if you guys want it. I think it is there here. Yep, it's not there here. Anyone is everyone is executed that you want me to give that set command. I think everyone is taken, right? Madhu, Raghu. It's very simple guys. You want me to give, I'll give here. It's already there.
Yes, we do.
These two commands. Hive.cli print header equal to true. Hive.cli current db equal print current db equal to true. Okay. So now when I created the data and existing data, now sir, is that correct category the directory has been created in a warehouse or not? So let's go ahead and look at. Whenever you create a table on Hive, the directory will be created where? In a warehouse. What is the default location guys? What is the default location?
User log Hive warehouse.
Guys, this is very much important. It's one of the interview question. They will ask you where is the default location. Test 530 is my database name. That's why I'm looking into that database name. So when I go and look into in this database name, I don't have any table. I don't have any directory. So let me show you from the UI. If you want to look at from UI, you can look at here. /user /hive warehouse. Go through and your test 530 is your database name. And look at here, no table is there. So what's our table supposed to be there? No. Whenever you create a table, it has to create no. Why it is not created? Because you have used location. If you use the location, it will refer the existing directory. It will not create a new directory. It will refer the existing directory. It will not create the new directory. So I'm going to create another table. I'm going to create other table. So let me show you. I'm going to create other table with the products. Simply I'm just going to create a other table with this just the products. I'm going to create simple to show you that as soon as I execute this command, the directory will be created to show that functionality. So now I'm creating a products table. If you go and see in the your database and refresh this, the products has been created. The products has been created as a directory. Then why not my my categories underscore location is not created? Because you are specifying the location. You are specifying the location means you are specifying the location of an existing data. So whenever that also a directory you are specifying. That's what I'm trying to say. You are specifying the directory for an existing data. So what will happen? There is no point to create another directory for the same location. Anyway, you are creating there is a directory called, there is already a directory. You are referring the directory. That's why your Hive is not created a directory. Sir, whether it's created table or not? Yes, the table is created. The table is created. The table information will be there in metastore. But when it's come to HDFS, it will not create a directory. It will not create a directory. You can look at here. If you look at here, there is no directory. But if I say ls here, it will show me products. But it will not show me, it will not show me categories. So it means whenever you create a table without location, it will create a directory. Whenever you create a table with location, it will not create, your directory. Let's look at whether this information is there on the tables or not in the your metadata. In your metadata, the categories underscore location is there. Sir, why two categories and two category location? Why two products and all? Because I'm playing with multiple databases. I'm playing with multiple databases. So other database, like let's assume that Hive test. There is other database. If you look at here, I have a different databases. In this databases, some of the database has the same name. Some of the database has the same name. That's why it is showing twice. Otherwise, it will create only one. Category underscore location and your products. If you look at here, what is your what is type of the table it is, what are, so not only tables guys, there are some more tables here, but we never get a chance to look into these things. We don't need it. You can also query them. You can also query them. Okay, you can also query and look at them. Okay, and let me see, let me query this. I don't know what will be there in this, but I never tried it. Let me do it. Nothing is there, but which location it will be there and all, I really don't know, but we can check. Somewhere it will be there guys, some other information also will be there. What is a as of now there nothing is there in these tables, but I found only something in the your tables. And other tables, if you ask me what will be the other tables, I really no clue. So not sure what will be the other tables. Okay, yeah, come back to our Hive thing. So this is the way we create a managed table. This is the way we create a managed table. So I told you while we are executing something, different kind of tables, I also tell you that there is something called temporary tables. There is something called temporary table. There is something called temporary table. What is a temporary table, guys? We already discussed about the temporary table. What is a temporary table? Guys, what is a temporary table? A table which exists till the session is available. As soon as the session is closed, the table will not be available. Look at here. I'm going to create a temporary table in the database name as test 530. I'm creating a temporary table. I created a temporary table, and when I query this, nothing will be there because I didn't insert anything on this. I didn't insert anything on this, so it will work as similar as your normal table only, guys. So not to worry about that. It will execute as similar as that. It is only showing your table column names, headers, because the header is true. No, nothing is there in this table. Now I'm just coming out of this session, and I just come out from the Hive session. Now I'm starting the Hive again. Now I came out from the session, again I started the session. Look at whether temporary table will be there or not. Look at whether temporary table will be there or not. So the table does not exist. It's not found. It means the temporary table will be available till the session is available. Once the session is completed, the table will not be available. Right? Now let's look at the something called external table. Let's look at something called external table. Guys, is everyone able to follow? Is everyone able to follow along with me?
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the same thing. I'll be sharing this document for you guys. The same thing was explained before, the same thing here, and we're going to create something called external table. There is something called external table. So what is that external table? External table is nothing but you're creating a table. What was the disadvantage of having a managed table? Let's talk about that first. Then I'll tell you what is the advantage of. 1 second, guys. Okay, nice. So what is the disadvantage of having a managed table? If you delete the table, so it will delete this data as well as the metadata, all the information will be deleted. So but because other tools are also using, so they will get impacted, right? So it should not be the case. It should not be deleted like this. So that's why there is something called external tables where we can use where we can create external tables on existing data. If you drop the table through Hive, the data will be remain same. Only your Hive table and metadata only will be deleted. That's the only difference. That is the only difference. So other tools will not get impacted. So your Hive will not take the control of your managed table. Your Hive will not take control of the managed table. So the control will not be there with the Hive. So it means it is not managing by your Hive. It is a part of the Hive only, but doesn't mean that it will not take. It doesn't mean that it will not. It is not a. It's don't know about the external table. So no, it's not like that. What your Hive will do, it will not take the control. So own control, everything into their own control. But external table is a part of the Hive, but it will be referring the external part. That's why they call external. So clearly, very simple. The name itself is saying that it is not internal, it is external. I'm just referring it. That's why most of the cases when you create external table, we will specify the location. Without specifying the location, we will not create a managed external table. It doesn't mean that we cannot create external table without location. We can create external table without location, but most of the real time, whenever you are going working in the real time, you'll be seeing more external tables with the location. Okay, we'll be creating very less managed tables. So managed table, you should understand, okay, this table is only belong to me, that's it. So then only we'll go with the managed table. Okay, so other cases you will use the external table only. So what are the location we are seeing here? What are the location we are specifying while creating the tables? The location can be your HDFS, or it can be any other file system is supported by Hive, like S3, simple storage service from Amazon Web Services. That will also you can give location like S3 colon slash, there is some path, right? Clear, guys, about external tables? Are you guys clear about external tables?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's look at a simple creating some external table, then we will see. No, before that we should first we'll create a external table without location, and we will proceed it. Okay, I think those, yeah. So already I have some of the things here ready to show you the demonstrate. Here
I
something
think
called
Ravi,
hmm,
Ravi, I
yeah,
think it's only for HDFS, right? Same thing we can, means location based tables we couldn't able to make it from local file system, is it?
no, from local file system, no, only it is for HDFS.
HDFS.
HDFS and supporting file systems like S3. S3 will support a similar kind of functionality how your Hive is HDFS is giving. So you can support S3 also. It will support S3 also.
Okay.
Clear? Okay. First, let's see with the creating a external table with the location. We will see without location later. So before that, you need to know whether this data is available or not. Okay. So in input Vera, so it has to be a directory again. So it has to be a directory again. So please keep in mind that it has to be a directory again. So let me ls command. Let's go back here. Let's look at the space. It's not there. If it is there, well and good, we can go ahead and refer it. No, it is not there. So we need to this time let me make use of the products. I hope we can make use of the products. In the training only, I'll be creating something called Hadoop FS-mkdir slash training 1 slash external table slash products. But if it's a products, it's a huge data, guys. So let's use the categories only. Let's be unique categories. I don't think it will create because you are giving multiple directories. No, it will not create. First you create this. Then we'll create this. Okay. Now load the data into this. Very simple, guys. Why I'm taking the say always categories, because categories has only 59 records. So others has a more records. So I don't want to what to say, every time I don't want to query very big things. Irrespective of small data or big data or huge data, the way you create, the way you do is same. Now the data is available. So you can also query that whether the data is available or not. Oh, sorry. The data is available. So by the time you query, so let me change location here. So if you guys remember, the location has to be in single quote. Yesterday we didn't give a single quote, we faced some problem, right? We should give a single quotes. So and also I don't want to change this. Let me go back here only. Anyway, we're doing here, we will do it here only. We'll do it here only, guys. So I don't, because I don't want to disturb the existing tables. I'll create here only. It's not managed table, it is external table. It is external table. I'm just going to data will not be will not be moved. Okay, so let's forget about these things. I don't need this. External table. For external table, I need to specify external. I have to specify external as the keyword. And let's say category is external for our clarification. External. External with the location. Because I'm giving a location here, right? We should know with the location. So the location is this. Let me cut it. Let me cut it and paste it here. So are you guys able to follow what I'm trying to do? So it is not something different what I'm doing here. It is the same thing what we what we are seeing, we have seen the same thing I'm doing. I'm just creating a new table with the external keyword. Before I have created something called temporary table, right? Now I'm creating with the external table. Very simple, nothing else. So I have created something with the temporary table, right? If you see here, So the same thing I created with the the same way I have created a normal table. Here I have a temporary table. The same way I have created external table. Nothing else. So temporary table, can I create it with a location? You can try it. You take it as exercise and try it. You can create it. So no restriction for it. Now I'm going to this categories for external table. I'm going to create external table. My table name is categories underscore external underscore location, and I'm specifying the location where my data is there. Semicolon. You can press enter. You can see the table has been created, and you can see show. Oh, it has been created under default location, but I want to create share tables. I want to create in show databases. So let me use test 530. So show tables here. So you don't have that temporary table. Now I'm going to create here, because why it is not showing, set hive dot cli dot print dot current dot db equal to true. If I execute this, my db name will be displayed here. Okay, now I'm going to create table here. In which db I'm creating? Test 530. Now if I execute show tables, it will show my temporary table, external table as well. It will show external table as well. So now if you want to understand schema of this, what is the command to see a schema, guys? Guys, what is the command to see? This is the command, no, describe formatted categories. Yesterday we have seen it. And let's go ahead and look at here. These are the column names, and these are the details about your table. The database name, user of owner of the this table, and where, what is the type of the table. If you look at here, it's a managed table, and where it has been created, training, external table, and categories. It has been created here, and the rest of the information. What is the external is true, yes. Number of files, 1. What is the size of the file, this. So last date and time, this. And what is the default format, default input format, and all those things is here mentioned. And what is the delimiter is comma, what is the serialization format is comma. So all this information has been specified in your schema. Now let's go ahead and query your MySQL. Let's go ahead and create query this MySQL. If you look at here, the category, if you look at here, the category external. So why two tables? Because we have created two tables. One is in a default location. After that we realized that no, we are creating under the default. No, don't go with under default. Let's move to something. So that's why your external location is here. Twice it is there. So it will create only once. It will always create only once. So this entry is there external, and if you see the table type is external table in a metadata, in your metadata, in your metadata. Okay, so let's move back to Hive, and let's start look at the, is there any data in the external table or not. Select star from, oh just created everything. I just want to take my table name. I don't want complete thing. In putty, right, if you just select like this, if you mark like this, it will automatically get selected. It will automatically get copied. So now I'm going to query my external table. Yes, external table, it is showing the data. Now I'm going to drop my external table. Okay, now let me show that now whether this external table is created under the warehouse or not. My external table has been created under warehouse or not. So let's look at that. The external table has been created under warehouse or not. Hadoop fs-ls /user /hive /warehouse slash test 530. If you want to look at that as well, db slash, look at here, and look at here and tell me whether your external table has been created under this or not. Under test db, do you have an external table information under under warehouse location? No, why it is not there? Because you are specifying a location, guys. You are specifying a location. There is a simple reason. If you specify the location, it will not show it will not show it. If you specifying the location, it will not show. That's what we discussed. Even it's irrespective of managed table or external table, it doesn't matter. If you are specifying the location, it will not create there. If you are not specifying the location, if you are not specifying the location, you are not specifying with your location. Now look at. Let me put in simple way. No location. No location. Table created. Show tables. Your external with location, external without location. So go back to your HDFS. Query now. Very good. So if you didn't specify the location for external table, that's why it is created external directory under warehouse. Very simple reason. If you specify the location, you won't find the directory in the warehouse. If you not specify the location, you will find the directory in warehouse, irrespective of whether it is external or managed table. Clear? Now let's go ahead and drop the table from Hive. I'm going to drop the table, drop table, and table name is this, but I should remove this. Now I'm going to drop this table and let me know, guys, whether the data is deleted or not. The table is dropped. Use the select query from an external location. Table not found. The categories underscore location. Very good. Now let's go ahead and look at into our HDFS whether the data is there or is deleted. So we need to check whether the data is deleted or not from the your external table categories location. Wow, our data is remained same. The data is not deleted. Data is not deleted. What does it mean? It means that if you use external table, the data will not be deleted. Clear, everyone? Guys, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Srikant, I didn't hear Srikant, Srinivas, Sunil. So I want you guys to do some exercises. Please do an
Yes,
exercises.
fine.
Yeah, some assignments I have prepared. Some assignments. Let me put those assignments here. Simple assignments, guys. So don't think like these are very big assignments. Very small assignments. So I'll be sending all these assignments into through a mail. Let me send all these assignments through a mail to everyone of whoever attended today's class. So let me send to them.